welcome you in to Doug Kingsmore Stadium in Clemson, South Carolina on a beautiful Saturday afternoon for baseball as these two teams get set to battle once again. The number 19 Tigers hosting the Bryant Bulldogs for Game 2 of a 3-game weekend set. Hello, everybody. Alongside Coach Ron Smith, I'm William Quackenbush. Thanks for joining us. Coach, this game was tied until late. The Tigers blew it open with a 6-run eighth. We saw some good baseball out here yesterday.
Well, pretty solid baseball from both teams. Clemson had an opportunity in the third inning, couldn't capitalize, but they certainly did in the eighth with 5 hits and 6 runs scored.
No doubt about it. The Bulldogs only had 2 hits yesterday, but they made the most of their opportunities. Both hits belonged to Charlie Saul.
Well, here you see the pitch, and the ball's hit off the end of the bat, and Clavon, the Clemson center fielder, misjudges it, and once it gets past him, Saul is gone and able to score on the Little League home run.
He also stole home in this game. Remarkable. Now let's talk about the Tigers. Luke Gaffney, 5 trips to the plate. He reached all 5 times yesterday.
Boy, I love the way he's swinging the bat right now. So balanced. His swing is compact. He's getting his bat head on the plane of the ball early, and he's seeing the ball very, very well.
There's a look at Michael Sharman getting a second start, the Tennessee transfer coach. He was absolutely brilliant his first time out.
Just outstanding. 6 innings pitched, 1 hit, as you can see, and 8 strikeouts, no walks. He just threw strikes with 3 different pitches, and Army really struggled to see him very well at all, and boy, he was impressive.
Well, and you look at those numbers. I mean, he only started 3 games last year, but in his little bit of work, he was effective. He sat down 17 in a row. Batter 18 reaches on an error. Batter 19 reaches on a bloop single. Just not a lot of hard contact and not a lot of traffic. He'll face 2 lefties at the top of the Bryant lineup today as we're underway at 2:02 with a strike.
And interestingly, with that lefty out there, you've got 5 left-handed hitters in the Bryant lineup.
Zach Zions yet to have a hit this year, and he still doesn't. That one found the mitt of Luke Gaffney at first base.
A high fastball, and Zions hit the ball right on the nose, but Gaffney well positioned, and easy out for the Tigers. And that's, you know, Zions come into this ball game hitting 0-0-0. And that's part of the reason. I bet he's had a couple of hard contacts that just haven't dropped for him, and it's a long season. That's what he has to remember.
Well, yesterday, as Gavin Greger steps in, the center fielder, Greger was another one. He hit the second pitch of the game kind of like that, on a line out to right field. There's a look at the lineup. Again, you've got some lefties in this batting order toward the top, but Zions also has walked 4 times. And we talked about this is an aggressive lineup, but Coach Klosterman may be wanting a little more patience at certain times in the game.
And, well, I'm not sure what you can do against this Clemson pitching staff right now. They've just been outstanding.
Casey Winsley, by the way, on RBI ground out. 4 trips yesterday, but he came in absolutely blazing hot. We expect him to get back into the hit column today. He's hitting 6th. A 2-2 count as Sharman whips out a breaking ball.
Nice. Interestingly, during batting practice today, the Bryant BP netting was set up a little bit towards first base, kind of emulating the angle.
Just foul.
Kind of emulating the angle from which they would see a pitch from Sharman. Interesting. Maybe you didn't think so.
You know, I thought it was interesting. I was kind of trying to go back. You know, a lot of lefties come from that arm slot, but at this point in the year, you may not have seen one, you know?
Yeah.
Also, I would imagine that a lot of your batting practice too is coming out of the right hand, like when you're just sort of going through it, because a lot of your coaches are going to be right-handed, and it's rare you have a consistent left-hand arm throwing you BP.
Yep, that's right. Now there is the offset BP. You do that sometimes, and
dead off the end of the bat. That's going to go out of play.
You do the offset BP and maybe put it a little, put the the netting a little bit towards the L screen, a little bit towards first base, okay? And then you encourage the right-hand hitters to hit the ball right back off the L screen. That lets the ball get deep, and that's the purpose of that, so.
Looper caught. That's Jason Foltz Jr. out there at third base today. His first action defensively. There's a look at the defense for Clemson. Foltz DH twice last week, pinch hit last night, but gets in defensively here. McClatty moves out to center field, and Savoy behind the plate with Gerald, the DH, as we'll talk about.
Well, Foltz is in the lineup because he's had really good at bats. He's just a freshman, but very mature at bats. Just seeing the ball deep. Not swinging at balls outside of the strike zone. Had a big walk yesterday, and when the pinch hit walk that ended up being an RBI.
He's got a mature approach that we'll see. A lot of freshmen, particularly in a bases loaded situation like he came into. You work a 3-2 count, you're swinging out of your shoes at anything remotely close. Ellis Garcia yesterday hit second. He was 0 for 4, put 3 in play.
Ooh. Boy, that's a nice looking pitch, just in.
That's a perfect 0-2, right? It's not a waste, it's not a strike.
Yeah, that's a tough pitch to take.
Deep breath from Sharman. Hit foul up and out of play. Talked to him a little bit on Tuesday night during that 4th inning interview, and obviously he's very grateful to be at Clemson. Said all the right things about team, but you could tell he was quite proud of his own performance on Saturday afternoon.
Well, it's rare that you talk to a Clemson player and they don't spread praise or heap praise upon their fellow players. They really deflect and talk about their fellow players.
Grounded foul, a good cut by Garcia. Whipped right around that breaking ball away. Two balls, 2 strikes. Sharman's got 2 up and 2 down. You see the pitch count up on your score bug. Having to work a little bit for a 1-2-3 inning. And he gets a defender to knock it down. Lichtenberger throws. Good stretch by Gaffney, and he got him. A 1-2-3 inning with some good defense behind the Tigers starter. Good matchup underway here in Clemson. Out of Simsbury, Connecticut. This is another D3 transfer. We talked about how there's several of these on the roster. He transferred in from Eastern Connecticut in the D3 ranks. There you see the numbers from a year ago. A bullpen arm, but the strikeout numbers, 35 and over 28 innings, pretty doggone good. And
has thrown strikes. Had a tough outing in his first start here, but obviously has pretty good stuff. You're going to see 88 to 92 from him, a curveball, a slider, and he's using his changeup more and more.
Had a couple of saves in 2025 as well. Pitched 2 1/3 innings against Davidson. Here's a look at Clemson's lineup. Jaron Purify leading things off. Gerald in the 7-hole. Again, a mainstay, bottom third of the lineup, but he's sort of the last of that steady power group, and he's done a great job of contributing when the time is right.
I love him there. You have him. That's a weapon in the bottom of your lineup, and he's done some real damage this year with some big hits.
Once again, that balance in the lineup. 6 righties, but 2, 5, and 8 are lefties, so you can't be aggressive in platooning left-right against this lineup without getting burned. Here's a look at Purify. 1 for 5 last night, did single, struck out 3 times, and that is unusual.
Yes, not what we're looking for from him.
Right matchup here again. 6-7 on the hill. Makes for an interesting vantage point. A little bit tight with 90 as the bottom of the first gets underway. Purify, a heartbeat player in this program.
He brings energy.
Guy that Eric Bakich and his staff have known for a long time, certainly familiar with him. He's from the Detroit area. Eric Bakich recruited extensively when he was the head coach at Michigan, and Jeremy Purify, an easy choice to come with him down to Clemson, play for the Tigers. 1-1. A little bit high. It's a good fastball.
I love Purify's potential. I mean, he's got all the tools to be a very, very good player, including a guy who can play in the big leagues.
2-1 count. A little bit of a long look here. Rolls over it and through. Just put it in play. Jeremy Purify, leadoff base runner.
And again, a seeing eye base hit. But solid, hit the ball hard enough to get it through that 6 hole. Leadoff runner for the Tigers.
And Purify has reached base in all 6 games so far this season for Clemson, which is exactly what you want from your leadoff hitter.
Exactly.
Here's Tristan McClatty now with Purify leading at first base. Purify was thrown out. He and McClatty both thrown out behind the plate by Cam Papetti. And you really can't count many times when those guys have been thrown out, much less by the same guy in the same game.
Same game, yeah. A little slower delivery by Scudder. Certainly aware of the threat.
Maybe the only downside of a longer-legged pitcher like that, it just takes you a little bit longer to get to the plate.
6'7", 240. That's physical.
1-0. He does have the high leg kick and misses upstairs. McClatty, versatile guy as you're seeing today. He plays third base yesterday. That's probably going to be his most popular position, but can play the outfield. In fact, played a lot of right field early in the year a season ago. Played some first base for this time. He's played all over the map.
It's nice to have a guy like that on your team. The consistent thing needs to be, though, the hitting.
And he has been consistent over the course of last, little up and down at times, but was starting to get more consistent. Had a wrist injury and missed the last month plus of the season, and they really missed him. Not just his presence. I think they really missed a left-handed bat that was a stabilizing force in the lineup last year.
Yeah.
Good throw over there, chases Purify back.
That was a quick move and a close play, but Purify sure looks like he wants to go just by his body language, and he always takes a big lead.
McClatty, a 2-run single last night, keeps his hitting streak alive. There's a throw back over. And you don't blame him for wanting to get Purify to keep him close over there.
Well, when you do that so much, you've got to take a deep breath as a pitcher and then say, okay, I've got to focus on the hitter now as well.
Well, that's the hard thing about having Purify over there, that you can throw over a bunch of times. If he doesn't get closer to the bag, the positive effects are minimal.
But you don't think about it. It also could be tough on the hitter when he's going over that much.
You can see there McClatty late on a fastball. It's the third time he's seen a fastball in this at bat, to your point.
Sure got that big hole there between the second baseman and the first baseman. The first baseman holding the runner on, second baseman playing a little bit towards the bag. Double play depth.
Pitch in the air, left center. Gregor's there. He'll catch it. That's the first out. Here's a look at the defense. Kingsbury, Gregor, and Saul, the outfield. Garcia, Hackett, Zions, Winsley, Papetti behind the plate. No change defensively in terms of the alignment for Ryan Klosterman's team. Neither one of these teams probably super pleased with how they executed defensively last night.
I think there were 5 errors in the game, 3 from Clemson.
Check swing, Nate Savoy. 4 multi-hit games to start his Clemson career. He goes 0 for last night, but he did walk in that 6-run 8th inning. That's right. One ball, no strikes. He's a catcher today, and he's likely going to flop. I talked to Eric Bakich about that. He likes the idea of having a 2-on, 1-off for Jacob Jarrell behind the plate where Savoy gets to catch, and then he plays left field probably the other 2 days. Maybe DH every now and then so Crichton gets some run out there. Foul tip into the mitt.
Well, that's really a great thing to be able to have a catcher ready to go. And your top catcher does not have to catch every single game, because over the course of a season, it wears on you. Not only physically, but I think mentally as well.
Throw over. That's close out there at first base. They hadn't forgotten about Purify. He's going to call time.
It's about 9 throws over there. I'm surprised the fans aren't giving it to him a little bit.
Yeah, they're still wandering over from basketball. Yeah. Tigers fall to Florida State, by the way, 70-65. Final in that one. So you'll see a trickle of fans that came across here. Softball, a lot of fans will be going back and forth today. The 1-1 off the hands. That may fall, and it does. Purify was thinking third, and so was the pitcher Scudder, who wisely gets over there to keep him at second.
That's a good-looking fastball in on him, and boy, right off the hands. And Savoy's strong enough to get it over the third baseman's head. And that's what happens when you're going really well.
And we saw Ty Daly get one of those hits last night where, because of your reputation, that outfield's playing deep, and you're just able to dink one in there. They count just the same. Luke Gaffney, running start for Purify, and he steals third base. He had a great jump there and was able to swipe the bag, and Savoy heads up to second as well.
Yeah, no chance. He was taking his secondary lead and realized that, hey, I've got this base stolen. Certainly had the green light with 1 out.
Again, a lot of aggression on the bases yesterday, and that's a flare-through base hit. 2 runs going to score. Luke Gaffney is on base for the 6th straight time, and he plates a pair. That is a beautiful piece of hitting from the Tigers' first baseman.
You saw the shift from Bryant, the second baseman, playing on the shortstop side of second base, and Bryant just very simply took an outside pitch and hit a 15 hopper to where the second baseman would have been. He's got 2 RBIs. That's using the whole field.
Gaffney with 7 RBIs. That's his 11th hit. Ties for the team lead. Here is Daly. Still waiting to see that pop in his bat, but he did take a step in the right direction last night. Had a base hit.
You think about how significant that stolen base was. If there were men on first and second base, that ground ball's a double play.
That's correct. Big cut. Daly looking to hammer one.
But that's a pitch he's got to let go. It should be a 2-0 count for him right now. And now he's looking for a fastball.
This is tough for a guy like Dylan Scudder, too. This ball grounded right at the shortstop. He bobbles. They get the force. Really, there have been 5 balls put in play here, as you've got a runner on first and 2 out for Jack Crichton. 5 balls put in play. none of them hit incredibly hard, and yet 3 singles and 2 runs. Here's a look at the shortstop knocking the ball down.
Yeah, that ball was hit pretty hard. Kind of a tough hop. Did what he had to do, just knock it down and get the out.
Runner at first, 2 outs. There's a pitch. Strike on the outside edge at the knees to Crichton. Well, Jack had a good day yesterday.
Well, he started the big 8th inning with just a little base hit, and then he came up as the 9th hitter in the inning and drove a run in with another hit.
Reached base 4 times, 3 hits yesterday for Crichton. The numbers last year, 287 hitter. A lot of singles off his bat. You're not going to get a ton of homers, but he's played his first 3 years. And he's played for a reason.
He's steady.
He is. Versatile. He's played first base a lot when injuries and just trying to get guys in the lineup that need to be in there. He's willing to change positions a little bit. That ball's ripped to right, and it's going to fall for a hit in front of Saul. That's what we're talking about from Jack Crichton. Here's a look at Jacob Jarrell. Not a cheapie off the end of the bat, but it flew out of here yesterday. A 2-run shot, his 3rd of the year, and his teammates very excited about that.
Jarrell's got some hops. Got up pretty well there. That's 3 base hits in a row from Crichton where he's gone the other way.
You saw it with Gaffney there too. Good approach. Right on right. Try to hit that ball the other way. Got a mound visit here. 20 pitch first inning. Here's another look at that Oppo single.
Again, just kind of an inside-out swing, letting the ball get deep, getting his bat head on the plane of the ball, keeping it there for a long time, staying with it and driving it into right field. Very solid hit.
There's a look at Scudder. An attaboy from his pitching coach. Never a bad time to get one of those. Tim Cronin out there in his 4th season. 0-1 the count to Jarrell.
Tigers already with 4 hits.
This is kind of what they do. They are a snowball team, at least to start this season.
Well, hitting is contagious.
Throw back to second.
So is the lack of it.
That's right.
Yeah, and just like in basketball, shooting. If you make a couple and your teammates should see that, and that basket seems to look bigger.
2 on, 2 out. Here's a pitch to Jarrell. It bounces.
It's like me when I play golf with you and you're making all those 10-foot putts. I go, oh man, okay.
Yeah. I don't think I'm the one of the two of us that I would trust most with a 10-foot putt. I'll just say that. Foul back. He just missed that one.
That was a good swing. Kind of a hanging breaking ball there. That was one that I think Jarrell would like to have back.
We saw Hilberger have some success with a pitch like that at the top of the zone.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, kind of a cutting fastball at the top of the zone.
Shot foul. Jarrell got a fastball. He is almost always looking fastball. He's a very good fastball hitter. But increasingly through his career, he's gotten more capable of timing up breaking balls and more capable of laying off breaking balls that start in the zone. One, two. bounces just like that.
Yep. No, I agree. That's the discipline that comes with maturity.
Bulldogs were unafraid to involve their bullpen last night. They used 5 pitchers. A couple of mid-inning pitching changes. Foul back again.
And, you know, one of the things, honestly, when you do that and you're a mid-major like Bryant, pitching depth is often an issue. And so they really are looking for someone to eat some innings for them and keep them around in this ball game. Only down 2 at this point.
Justin Dressler and Aiden Vining are currently standing down in the bullpen. There's a look at him. There's been a little soft toss happening, but I think they're more or less just ready if they need to fire somebody up. As of now, this thing is in the hands of Dylan Scudder, and he's got a 3-2 count against Jacob Jarrell. Runners will move on the pitch here. And he'll turn and throw to second. Again, not a bad idea. Tyler Lichtenberger on deck. This is 7th batter of the inning. 3-2 again. Grounder eats up the third baseman. Everybody's safe. Oh, the second hop, Coach.
Boy, just got to keep those feet moving. That was, see, backed up on it a little bit. And you saw him take his hands or his head off of the ball up. But he's got to get his head right down there behind the ball and open his glove more. Kind of take his glove along the ground and not try to pick it up.
That'll go in the books as an E5.
When things are not going well, that's what happens. And Scudder, you know, is supposed to be out of the inning.
Looked like Tyler Lichtenberger just got called for a pitch clock strike. So that foul ball means he's down 0-2 with the bases loaded.
Wow.
Wasn't in the box in time.
I think he was dancing to the music.
I think so. As were the rest of us, frankly. Lichtenberger's seen 1 pitch and he's down 2 strikes. Big opportunity to bust it here early. And he waves at it. Scudder works out of it. But the Tigers get on the board. A 2-run knock by Luke Gaffney gives Clemson a 2-0 lead. Today, a little chillier, upper 60s, but still.
That sun came out, and I bet it's going to get over 70.
Just a beautiful day.
Yep.
Baseball, softball happening here. Tigers with an early lead thanks to that man, Luke Gaffney. 2-run single. He keeps on keeping on. 6 for 6 on base this weekend. He also snagged a line drive in the first inning defensively. Here's Charlie Saul. Scored 2 runs. He was driven in. The 3rd run of the game, Hunter Kingsbury did it himself. Sitting on deck, and Saul squares and fouls. Kingsbury stole 3rd and home last night to tie the game. Saul is down in the count 0-2.
And again, I like the bunt or trying a bunt. Do something to get this offense going.
Yeah, last night Clemson created a lot more opportunities than Bryant did, but this game was tied going to the bottom of the 8th because Bryant made the most of every opportunity. Sharman gets him on a high fastball, his first strikeout of the game.
Really changed speeds, moved locations, and threw that one right where Savoy was set up. Exactly. Just a really good looking pitch. That fastball had some life. Saul could not catch up.
Strike across the knees to Kingsbury, the left fielder. Again, he was a spark plug on the bases last night. Foul back.
Boy, just 0-1, 0-2, and here we go. That's tough.
Yeah, Sharman, you know he's got good stuff. He's coming from Tennessee. They don't just, you know, they don't collect 87. But really good composure. Still a young pitcher, not a ton of innings under his belt when he came in.
And sometimes you know, a change of scenery can really help a young man. Maybe a little different coaching, and nothing against the coaches at Tennessee, but a different approach, and it seems to fit for a guy.
Ground ball to the pull side. To the bag he goes. Out number 2. 6 pitches, all strikes for Sharman in this inning thus far. And I'll tell you this too with Sharman. Again, 5th-year senior. So again, I don't want to make it seem like he's only pitched in a couple games. But in terms of getting routine weekend opportunities, this is the first time that he's been able to say he's in one of these roles early in a season.
Ah, yes.
And so this is a step up for a guy who's looking for a new challenge in his final season of college ball.
And I mean, it's another opportunity for the pro guys to take a look at it. You know, if he fills up the strike zone with his stuff, he's going to get a look.
You can never have too many left-handed arms. I've learned that. I think every coach feels that way, right?
Depends on if they throw strikes.
Line drive foul. Counts 1-2. Casey Winsley will make you pay if you miss in the strike zone. He was 0 for 4 yesterday, drove in a run with a ground out. But he came in red hot after a sizzling opening weekend where he went 7 of 11. And he was named the America East Player of the Week. Strike 3 called. Sharman pumped. Winsley confused. Inning over. Michael Sharman, his 2nd strikeout, frozen. Again, they're coming from basketball. They're coming maybe a little late. Some people going back and forth from softball today, but taking advantage of the opportunity to be outdoors. I mean, look at this ballpark.
I think when you have that sun come out, people say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna get out here and watch some baseball."
Student section out there in left
Looks
field
good.
is full out there. Yeah, pretty full. Home team's out to a 2-0 lead. 6 up, 6 down for Michael Sharman, which puts additional pressure on Dylan Scudder. This is Jason Foltz Jr. Again, getting his first taste of defense. He got a couple of starts. You saw him in person last weekend.
Yes, and again, very solid at bats. And look at this kid. He's not built. He's not built like a freshman. He's got some guns.
Had a hit last weekend. He did appear defensively back on Tuesday late in the game. Did not get an at-bat. He came in at third base when Lichtenberger got dinged and they moved some people around. The 2-1 is in tight. A 3-1 count now to the 9-hitter Foltz.
Again, great discipline. Both of those pitches just missed.
(3-1). Big cut and a foul. And Foltz, a really good recruit coming in, as you would imagine. Clemson has collected some of those. But the maturity of the approach is what's gotten him early at bats. In the air, shallow. That'll be an infielder. It's Zions, a second baseman. Gets a first out. Now back to the top of the order.
Now, William, why wouldn't Zach Zions allowed Casey Wensley to catch that. It was right to Wensley. Wensley had to go 1 foot over.
Could it be the wind was carrying it? He called it first, and the wind sort of pushed it that way, but he still felt like he had a beat on it. Maybe Wensley gave it up to him, and Zion sort of kept having to drift with it.
Well, there is a little bit of wind, but it's pop-up priority. It is a better angle for the second baseman. If the fly ball is hit at all behind the first baseman, even if the second baseman has to run.
A bit of a swing and bunt for Purify. It's a nice play coming in by Garcia.
Very nice. But even if that second baseman has to run 20 yards and the first baseman has to back up only 5, he has a much better angle and it's an easier play. I was checking out your baseball knowledge.
Well, my follow-up question was going to be, at what point do you want your first baseman to stay engaged, and at what point do you want that first baseman to go, you know what, just stay there, I got this?
Well, I would say if I were the second baseman,
this ball's down the line. That's going to be a problem. McClatty's not stopping at first. Strong throw in, safe.
Boy, Tigers really going the opposite direction today. They've got, 5 hits, and 3 of them at least have been to the opposite side. Done a really nice job.
Zions wants him to challenge. Another sort of flare hit. This one carried a little further than I thought.
He came out of the box really hard.
And they're not going to look at it.
Hey.
Double for McClatty. That's his first of the year.
And boy, they are really, really cognizant of this Clemson running game. And again, I've mentioned this. I think sometimes when you are so focused on that, you don't pitch as well.
Runner at second, 2 outs. Savoy, big cut.
I mean, not that you don't want to be aware of the other team running, but boy, you really have to. I mean, your number one priority has got to be the hitter.
That's after Purify stole third and gave Gaffney an opportunity to drive in a couple of runs with a C&I single. So there is some respect for Clemson's run game in there, but to your point, especially with 2 outs.
Yeah, 2 outs, I'm not sure it's going to happen. It shouldn't, probably. And I hold the infielders responsible, too, especially at second base.
Good block back there by Papetti.
Well, he's done that all day.
Solid catcher. There's a look at McClatty. Tigers were hitless with runners in scoring position until that 8th inning last night. Ended up 3 for 10. Grounded right at the shortstop. Shift got him, and the inning is over. Scudder works around the 2-out double and keeps the Tigers off the board. Tigers up 2-0. Michael Sharman picking up right where he left off. He's facing the bottom third of this batting order. It can be difficult when you pitch the way he did in his opener. It can be difficult to pick up the baton and do it again, but he has come out filling up the strike zone effectively.
Had a couple balls that were hit hard, but that's why you've got defenders out there.
Here is Papetti, the number 7 hitter. Reached on an error yesterday. Struck out twice. You see the offensive numbers. Again, his defensive value, particularly last night, wiping out base runners. Had a close pickoff at first. Could have been more.
Most importantly for a catcher, though, is the way he receives the ball, the way he blocks the ball. And he has been really good at that.
There was only one 1-2-3 inning, a classical 1-2-3 inning for Clemson offensively. Yesterday was the 6th. There were a couple where runners got wiped and it ended up being a situation where pitchers faced the minimum. But there was traffic all over the base paths for Clemson. Not the case for Bryant. Very different approaches.
Yep. But yet going into the bottom of the 8th inning, it was a 3-3 ball game.
That's right. Beautiful baseball. Strike 3 called. And Papetti knew it.
Yeah.
Third punch out for Sharman. This was a beauty.
Yeah, he was. I'm not sure what he was looking for, but that was not a good approach there with 2 strikes, because that was right down the pipe.
Jacob Gaudreau. Big cut on the first pitch he sees.
Boy, that's a tough pitch. Down and in. 90-mile-an-hour fastball on the black. Wow.
First time we've seen Gaudreau this weekend.
Tried to go away that time and kind of opened up a little bit early.
Gaudreau, most of the time he's a DH. There's a strike 1 and 2. He did not DH last night. It was Brandon Duran's turn. He went 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. So he gets to face a tough lefty as a left-hand batter. Swing and a miss.
No chance.
Sharman has struck out 3 in a row and 4 of 5.
So he starts him with a fastball down and in on the black. Good pitch, strike 1. Then he misses. And then a beautiful fastball on the outside part of the plate. And then he throws him that sweeping breaking pitch. And that's pitching.
That may have been the best breaking ball we've seen from him today. Here's Justin Hackett fouled back. Hackett a sure glove at shortstop. He walked twice yesterday, so he was on base. One of only 2 players in this lineup that ran the bases multiple times. Close breaking ball there. Sharman has sat down 8 in a row, and there he hits his spot.
And again, when you're around the plate as a pitcher, you might get a half ball off the plate once in a while.
That's the Greg Maddux, Tom Glavine solution, right?
Loved them both.
Just stretch that strike zone.
Got him. Where is that?
Boy, that looked real good. I think everybody involved thought that was a strike except one. One more time. There, he got him. Sharman sprints off the mound. 4 straight strikeouts and 5 for the game in 3 perfect innings for Sharman. 2-0 lead for Clemson over Bryant. William Quaggamus, Ron Smith. Pleased to be joined again by Ryan Klosterman, head coach of Bryant. So let's talk maybe how you turned the page. You guys were in a tight ball game, tied going to the bottom of the 8th. What's your message to your team to try to get into today in the right mindset?
Yeah, the game's meant to be played every day, and you got to have a short memory, and we get to do this today, and we're going to go out and take advantage of the opportunity to play baseball.
Great, Coach Dylan Scudder, big physical guy out there, and only given up a couple of runs so far, but you guys used 5 pitchers yesterday. It'd be kind of nice to see him go a couple more innings at least for you, huh? Yeah, no, he actually, even that first inning, he did a really good job. He was off the barrel a lot. Just, Clemson hitters did a good job with 2 strikes and just moving the ball forward. And, he did a good job managing it, and it was a good inning last inning, and we're going to try to get him through this one as well.
What do you want to see from your offense against Sharman right here after 3 strong innings from him?
Well, he's tough. He's tough, and he's starting to get in with his fastball late, and We got to adjust down, but we knew what we were getting into, and he's executing his plan right now. We got to adjust down to it.
Yeah, I mean, he is really, really good, throwing a lot of strikes, and you know, it's hard to say, hey, go up there and be more aggressive, because he's mixing pitches.
Yeah, no, he's tough. He's tough, and he's pitching on Saturday for a reason. He's gonna make that play. Nice job, Ellis.
Nice clean play by Garcia at third base. All right, before we let you run, I want to ask you about the steal of home yesterday, because that was a heck of a call. You got a lefty in the stretch in a one-run game. I mean, walk us through the mindset of that call.
You know, this game, you know, we try to make sure that we're collecting our 90 feet when the game presents them to us, and I felt like in that moment with that matchup, I felt like his attention was fully focused on the hitter and getting the hitter out and leaving the runner at third base, and he gave us a little window, and we tried to take advantage of it. He actually executed it very well.
Beautiful.
You know, expected a balk or expected a throwaway, and he did a really good job controlling the heart rate and dominating the throw, and we just happened to get underneath the tag.
That's a great play and a great call, Coach. Thanks for the time. Best of luck rest of the way. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, that's Coach Klossman. I'm telling you what right now. You want to know somebody who's impressed by the call? Eric Backus.
Yeah, he said, wow.
He said,
that takes some
what a call.
Guts.
And it gave his team a chance to win the game. There's a looper, Ty Daly. Singles to right center field. And you need those. He said, we take our 90s when the opportunity presents itself. There was not a lot of daylight yesterday, but we talked about the Bulldogs were opportunistic in their approach. There's a look at that clean single by Daly.
Yep. It's like an off-speed pitch down and away, and Daly able to sit back and get some barrel on it and drive it into the center field.
First pitch in there at the bottom of the zone to Jack Crichton. Single his first time up. Again, a beautiful afternoon, and it's not overly hot. There's a look from behind the plate as the deal is high from Dylan Scudder, ball one. He should be able to let it eat a little bit out of here.
Yeah, and a little bit of breeze blowing in here today. Be tough to get one out of here dead center field.
Slow roller, third base side. Only play for Garcia will be to first. How about the pick at first base by Winsley?
Good play.
He almost double pumped it and lost his chance.
Yep. Good pitch. I think he didn't have a great grip on the ball. Really nice job by Winsley, waiting and then stepping to the ball. He didn't stretch too early.
Daly moves over to second base with 2 outs. Here's Jacob Jarrell. He checked on a breaking ball, was not looking for it, but held his hands up. Reached on an E5. You see the numbers for him, and already 3 home runs.
Yeah, he's got half as many hits as a couple of other guys, but he leads the team in RBI.
That ball's
there goes
hammered.
another one.
Back to left, and that ball's way out of here. That's a souvenir for the fans who didn't pay a lot. Up at the top of that section. Mercy. Jacob Jarrell's 4th home run. He's got 11 RBIs, and Clemson doubles that lead.
You talked about him being a fastball hitter, but doing a better job of recognizing breaking pitches, and that was a hanging breaking pitch, and he put a charge into it. I'll tell you. Boom. He knew it right away. You know when it's on the sweet part of the bat, and I don't care how much wind blowing, that's going out. Big swing by Jarrell.
I don't know if we've got the bat flip. That was a really good bat flip, though. I just want to point that out. Pitch misses upstairs to Tyler Lichtenberger. Because you're right, he hit it and knew. Yesterday it was off the end of the bat, and it
wasn't so sure. Yeah,
had a little smoke behind it, but he could tell he didn't get it all. I think he knew he got it all right there. Here's a look at him. He's watching it, and he's like, yeah.
I'll be jogging for the next 10 seconds.
Not overly flamboyant, but just a sure. Yeah, it's a sure thing. Ball 3 to Lichtenberger. No walks so far today for Scudder. He's done a good job of filling up the strike zone.
That is why he's kept it kind of close. Give those free bases, it adds up.
Lichtenberger really didn't even have a chance his first time up. He was down 0-1 when he started, fouled off a pitch, and then swung through one. Slow pitch softball strikeout, then he sees 4 straight out of the zone. And now another mound visit. Pitching coach out, and the change is going to be made here. So Scudder's day is done, and the freshman Fultz will face a new arm. It's a right-hander. We'll introduce Justin Dressler to the public when we return. An arm that Ryan Klosterman's Bulldogs will turn to. Sophomore from Waldwick, New Jersey, started his career at D2 Pace. Had an ERA just north of 4 there. Had his first collegiate save in the 10th inning of the opener at Davidson. So this is a high leverage arm, and Ryan Klosterman's looking to shut the tap off right now.
No, he's desperate to keep this game close. Doesn't want it to get out of hand again.
I love the makeup of this Bulldogs roster. We mentioned it yesterday. Several D3 transfers. There are a handful of those and 1 D2 transfer. They also have some D1 transfers from UConn and some other places. And so they've had to sort of grab from a lot of buckets. They have a lot of recruited talent, though, that's stuck around this program. It's a nice mix. And at this level, if you want to win, it feels like you've got to keep the talent you recruit, but also you've got to pull from both sides of the transfer portal.
Those guys are the core. They're the ones that really help with the culture, the love of the school and the program, and the guys that come in can be a part of that too.
Ground ball to short from Fultz, and that's all for the Tigers. Jason Fultz Jr. grounds out. The Tigers are up 4. We'll talk to Eric Bakich when we return. Michael Sharman cruising through 3 innings as we welcome you back into Doug Kingsmore Stadium. William Qualkenbush, Ron Smith, Eric Baggett's going to join us momentarily. He's out there picking out, and we never quite know. He's very good at hiding the ball here. We never quite know who he's going to rope into the conversation, but he enjoys this.
I'm not sure if it's because he doesn't think our questions are intriguing enough. He gets bored with us, or
I've talked to her. I've talked to him about this, and he really likes for the players
to be at the spotlight.
That's exactly right.
I love that.
That's what he wants. And Eric Bakich joins us in the first base dugout. Hey, what's going on? Hey, great start from your guys. Feels like all 3 phases today.
Yeah, not bad. I liked how we scored in the first with the double steal, and then play the game and beat the shift with just a simple ground ball that scores 2 runs. And then obviously we love 2-out RBIs around here, and pitchers keep throwing strikes is always a good thing, and we just need more of all of it.
Yeah, really good start in this ball game, and for Michael Sharman.
Oh boy.
Can he get it done? Glove flip.
Oh, the old changeup flip.
Oh, you love it when they help themselves.
And he showed some athletic ability there. He got off the mound like a cat.
Yeah, he even flipped an off-speed pitch to first base. He's got command of everything, even his glove flips.
But he had such a good outing, his first outing, for him to come back out here and again fill up the strike zone. Got to feel pretty good about that.
I think all of our success on the mound stems from attacking the strike zone.
Yeah.
And that's just, for all the young kids, if there's any young kids listening, like, have command first. The stuff will come. As you get older and as you mature and develop, your stuff can develop, but you can't try to figure out command later. It's just, you can, but it's a lot harder than if you just focus on it early. And that's the thing about guys like Sharm and Canuck and a lot of our pitching staff. They've really done a nice job of, just throwing strikes.
Well, to your point, 34 strikes, 11 balls so far, and just missed with that one.
Yeah, exactly. And, I guess Legurnik is a good example of a guy that didn't have command and then has really figured it out. So it can be done. It's just harder. But, hey, there's a guy next to me who's got serious stuff and command. Lightning bolt in his body, pound for pound, the most powerful guy on the team, Dion Brown.
Let's go.
Nice.
Dion Brown. Oh, this is a fun one right here because, first of all, thanks for joining us, Dion. It's a foul ball down the first baseline. How are we feeling? You doing okay?
Yes, sir, I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Man, I'm doing great. I want to know from you, how you going from like 87, and Jimmy Bellinger tells me Dion Brown's hitting 95. I said, you got to be kidding. What's it like when you're putting that much more oomph behind a fastball just 1 year after you start college?
It's unbelievable, honestly, and I just give thanks to our strength coach. He put so much time into me this summer, and I just got to give it all to him, helping me make that jump in a year.
So do you feel like it's lower body strength, leg strength? What?
I really think it's just overall strength, like as a whole, just the whole body lifts. I stayed here in the summer and I didn't play summer ball, and I was here 5 days a week, 7 days a week, just lifting every day. And
obviously you've always had a good arm, right? I mean, you've always had an electric arm, but when you go from, as you said, mid to upper 80s up to mid 90s, that's a big jump.
Yes, sir.
And what is it like, because you mentioned that, and it was a big part of you guys' off-season program, as there's 2 down now in the inning, was not playing a lot of ball, kind of getting conditioned, trying to stay healthier. A lot of you guys did that. What was the off-season like? Because I'm sure you've been playing summer baseball since you were tiny.
Yeah.
So what was it like just lifting and having other teammates here with you doing that?
I got to spend time with some teammates, some older guys like Joe Allen. He was here in the summer, Jay Dillard. So some guys that I didn't hang out as much with my freshman year. I got to stay with them going into this year and just building a bond with some of my teammates, and then getting to be with the strength coach every day was good.
So what do you want to develop next? Do you want to? What are you working on now? An improved changeup, a breaking pitch?
I actually added the changeup this year. I didn't throw it at all last year, so it was a pitch that I was able to develop over the summer. But really, just command, keeping the ball in the strike zone as much as I can has been the key focus for me.
Tell me a little bit about Michael Sharman, because this is the second straight time he's come out just throwing BBs out there. What impresses you most about your teammate on the mound right now?
Sharman has just pounded the strike zone since he's gotten here. I mean, I think he set maybe the team record for strikes in bullpens and outings every time. So it's like we just expect it out of him, and I know he expects it out of himself. So I just know we could trust him when he has the ball.
So that's interesting. So you're saying that when you throw strikes in the bullpen, that will transfer to the mound in a ball game?
Yes, sir. He just works his routine every time, throws his bullpens with high intent, and it translates to the field.
All right, you're a spark plug in this program, so I want to know, what do you do? What do you say to get guys going? I watch you guys coming off the field after stretching. You were in that. So what's your motivational strategy there?
Really just smile. It's everybody. God gave us the power to smile. So just if you smile at somebody, they're probably gonna smile back at you. That's what EB says. So having positive.
There's a ball in the gap for a base hit, and the inning will continue. I'll tell you what, Dion, we'll let you be a positive presence in the dugout right now. Thanks so much. Really appreciate the time.
Thank you guys for having me.
All right, that is Dion Brown. That's great.
That was awesome.
Oh, man.
This guy, I mean, literally when I saw that first reading of 95 miles an hour when he was warming up, I said, where does this come from? It was remarkable, and it is a testament to what you can do when you really, really work hard. And it's every day. I mean, it's not just once in a while.
Ellis Garcia breaks up a perfecto through 3 2/3 for Michael Sharman. Good piece of hitting there after a long at bat. Charlie Sauls at the plate. And, you know, I get people text me all the time like, hey, how much does Bakich hate that? He just hands off the headset all the time. He's just putting players on it, setting them up. And the reality is, and he's talked about this many times, in this day and age, the best way for a baseball player to earn income is through social media. How do you establish a social media presence? By getting out there. And he sees this as a way for fans to get to know him, get their followers up so they can get their likes up, so they can get their posts more reach, so they get more money from, brands and things like that. He sees it as a way to help the guys in his program to get more acquainted with fans and to get a little extra money in his pocket. And I think it's great to showcase the personalities of your players like that.
I couldn't agree more, and it's also a function of his humility. It's not all about him. It's about his players, and I think that's why the guys really love playing for him.
And Dion Brown, you saw the specs on him? Let's say 155. Runner going, pitches down. Savoy throws it. It goes off the glove and into center field. And an extra bag taken by Garcia here. So Garcia runner at third now with 2 outs. Saul's behind in the count, but this is an RBI spot now for him.
But I'd really like to see Lichtenberger as soon as he did some, but I'd like to see Lichtenberger make a bigger effort to go back that up. And then McClatty, as soon as the ball's by the hitter and he sees the run, he's got to run in full speed. And maybe, just maybe, he can keep that guy from getting to third.
Ground ball fair off the glove of Fultz on the dive. That'll be a single. And the run will score, and once again the Bulldogs have just a sliver of a chance, and they scratch a run across.
Right after that's a good call. Really nice try by Fultz to keep it in the infield. But you get the base hit, you get the stolen base, and he would have scored regardless of the ball going into center field. But again, Bryant Bears boy, if they have an opportunity, they're taking advantage of it.
Throw over to first. Hunter Kingsbury at the plate. Lefty-lefty matchup here. It's the first run given up. Runner going again. Gaffney found the batted ball. He'll go to the bag at first. And the inning is over. Bryant scratching back within 3.
Track bed softball?
Yes, it is. We've got Clemson baseball players up in the crowd, shaking hands. Veterans standing to be recognized. The tradition here at Doug Kingsmore Stadium between the top and bottom of the 4th inning. And watching other teams get involved yesterday, a lot of hat tips, players clapping, some of the pitchers out there throwing a football down the left field line, waving at some veterans, and now joining the standing ovation as the players racing back to the dugout. A cool tradition here, and it doesn't get less cool the more times it happens.
It's moving. It really is. And this park is filled up.
It's a great crowd. It's a great crowd, and it feels different when you do have a crowd like this. Very cool. And when the Tigers are playing well, you're probably a little more enthused to stand and cheer,
It helps. But it also keeps things in perspective.
Michael Sharman's run, by the way, earned. That is the first earned run allowed by a Clemson starting pitcher this season. I'm going back here just to double check that stat. Canuck, 3 innings, unearned run on opening day. Sharman, 6 innings, nothing. Talon Bell, 2 innings, nothing. This ball line to left center. That's down. And Purify's not thinking 1. He's got 2 with ease to start this inning.
Boy, I love the way he comes out of the box. I mean, he hit that ball. It was not out of the infield, and he was full sprint thinking two. And now he was going to make it pretty easily anyway because it was dead in the gap, and really good job of swinging the bat. The ball was hit well. Love the way he made his turn there, inside corner. Yep.
You see Purify down bottom right of your screen, leading from second base. Over and in, the job of Tristan McClatty. Tried to drop the bunt down. Just to finish that point, by the way, 22, I believe, and 2/3 innings. Maybe 23 and 2/3. I got to check my math on that. Without an earned run allowed from a starting pitcher for Clemson. Counts 0-2 to McClatty.
Quickly.
I mean, that's absurd, too. You're talking game 6. 4 different starting pitchers didn't allow an earned run.
And it's all about throwing strikes. And you're somewhat, there's a little luck, maybe a little bit fortunate, but when you're filling up the strike zone, good things happen.
Slow tapper. Purify's going to get third.
Boy, just put the ball in play, and he ends up getting the job done.
Wasn't a whole lot that Dressler really could do right there. He was kind of down off the mound, a little bit awkwardly planted, and so you've kind of got to go to first and take care of the out. But Purify didn't hesitate for long heading down to third base.
Really good job of base running. And their infield is in against Savoy. Big hole there over on the right side.
Check swing.
Petty a little bit fortunate on that one. That one might have scooted through. I think it hit his foot.
Purify was ready.
Interesting to see if they have the contact play on here, even with the base, with the infield in.
You saw Clemson trying to spray the ball the other way, especially both of those pitches are away.
Yeah.
You saw Clemson just go against the shift in these run scoring spots yesterday.
And earlier today with
that's right.
Yeah.
Gaffney.
With Gaffney did a great job of just punching the ball where the second baseman would normally play.
There's the strike to Savoy.
Good looking pitch. Dressler's got good stuff. I like him.
Tall righty's ready. Savoy waved at it. He thought he saw a fastball. That'll dome you up a little bit right there on a 2-1. You guess wrong like that.
Yeah, he's got to really take a deep breath here and see it deep.
Foul tip to stay alive. That's a good pitch.
Good pitch and a good job of just fighting that off. A little too close to take.
By the way, the math genie is back to me. 23 and 2/3 scoreless innings, or innings without an earned run, should say, from Clemson's starting pitchers to start the season. One more 2-2 pitch, a mile in the air. That's shallow. Who's on it? Foul ground. Oh, and the shortstop pulls up. He overran the ball. Hackett, that was odd. Hackett was on it. The third baseman, Garcia, had a late break. The left fielder couldn't get there. Now watch this. He just flat out lost it. Did he get, it looked like he came up a little bit gimpy, but I think he just lost it in the sun.
He had lost it by then, yeah. And that wind might have been a little bit of a factor. You got to keep, when the ball's that high, you can't let it get directly over your head, especially if you're a catcher on a ball. You got to keep it in front of you.
New life for Savoy, and he swings through it. May have gotten a piece into the mitt. Dressler not deterred by the foul ball that was harmless.
That was
comes right back with a fastball.
That was very impressive. You have what you think is the second out of the inning, and then comes up and makes a good pitch. That was outside of the strike zone.
So now 2 outs. Purify still at third base, and Gaffney, who's already come up clutch in this game. RBI single, plated 2 in the first inning. Gaffney 3 for 8 with runners in scoring position so far this year. The only player on Clemson's team with more hits with men in scoring position is Savoy.
Gaffney didn't like that one. Maybe a little bit low. He subtly made that known to the
subtle.
umpire. Yeah, Matthew Bates got to be subtle.
That one ran in.
You want the umpire to be your friend.
You know, Gaffney's caught a little bit, so he understands how to grease the wheels a little bit. Tigers 2 for 7 with runners in scoring position today. That one just below the knees, 94.
And that basically was that same pitch that was called a strike 2 pitches earlier. Because of his diplomacy, he got that one.
Call him Mr. Secretary, Mr. Ambassador. 3 balls and a strike. Clemson up 3. Now time called at the plate. Much like yesterday, the Tigers with significantly more hits than the Bulldogs. That's a good pitch to fill the count up. An 8-2 advantage in hits, but only 4-1 on the scoreboard so far. Gaffney a chance to drive in his 3rd run of the day. And he takes a walk instead.
Well, he continues to have good at-bats.
He has been retired once in this series.
Yeah.
And that's a tough pitch to take right there. They
starts in the strike zone, breaks out. You've got to identify a pitch, and also you can't commit too early. You got to let it get deep before you start your swing. Hard to do.
Ty Daly's 1 for 2, scored a run. Again, we talked about Daly's slow start, but you can see every game he's getting a little closer. Little closer. There's a bounder foul. And it really does help. It can add to frustration, but it helps when your team's having success and everybody around you is feeling good, because at some point, you talked about it being contagious earlier.
Right.
The contagion's going to hit you. When you've got a track record like this, when the back of your baseball card looks like his. Daly's another one like Deion Brown, an infectious personality. I had several interviews with coaches and players before the year. I had 6 one day, 6 out of 6. Ty Daly is the guy to know. There's a rip through the hole. 5-1 the score. Daly drives in the run. Purify gets in, and he is pumped up for his teammate.
And that is how you get yourself out of maybe a mini slump. And that's how you start hitting home runs too. Not trying to do it, just sitting back, and you see that ball's really belt high. And he goes the other way with it. Really, really nice job of hitting the baseball and coming up with the 2-out hit, picking up Savoy, who had the opportunity with less than 2 outs.
Jack Crichton takes inside ball 1. Daly's 4th RBI of the season. Comes at a good time for him. That's a 2-out RBI. Eric Backett said it when we had him on just a half inning ago. Love 2-out RBIs in their program, and they do.
2-out RBIs win championships.
And you get in championship baseball, it'd be hard to score a bunch without 2 out. You're going to have to move some people.
And it's not trying to do too much. It's just taking what they give you.
2-1 the count to Crichton here. Tigers 4 for 8 with 2 outs today. That's what Eric Bakich wants to see.
And you talk about a lot of traffic. I mean, there's been a lot of duress on the Bryant pitching staff.
Nice smother job by Winsley at first. And the inning is over. Clemson tacks on a rebound run. And their careers have been intertwined for a long time. This is all the way back in 2003. Eric Bakich, an assistant coach for Tim Corbin at Vanderbilt. Ryan Klosterman was a player on that Vanderbilt team early when Tim Corbin was establishing Vanderbilt as a national power, obviously a national champion now. Eric Bakich was his right-hand man, and of course, they all met right here in Clemson under the tutelage of Jack Leggett.
Leggett's quite a coaching tree under Jack Leggett. But Tim Corbin, great job at Vanderbilt. He's one of my favorites. I have great respect for him, and I think he does a fabulous job, and he's a great guy.
Man,
just fill it up, man.
0-2 count. Yeah, Sharman's just dealing straight. He doesn't know any other way to do it.
And he's working quickly. I mean, he gets the ball, gets back on the mound. Let's go. Give me a sign. I'm ready to pitch.
And he's feeling so good that Ryan Klosterman calls time. Now, this is the second time this series we've seen it. Last night it was, hey, 3 pitches, 2 outs. Let's just let us gather ourselves in the dugout before we go back out there. That was with Legurnick on the mound.
And, you know, I think we saw it earlier, but maybe not now with 2 strikes, but possibly laying down a bunt. Get him off the mound. Get him, I mean, he's cruising right now. And make him move around a little bit.
0-2, check swing, no go.
Close, good pitch.
Brian Marine keeps him in there. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Winsley, who struck out looking on a 1-2 pitch back in the 2nd inning. It's time. He grounds one. That's foul. Tigers with a commanding lead, but the Bulldogs, again, you give them just a sliver of hope in there. They're going to take advantage and rip that door open. Right at Purify. 1 gone. A lot of ground ball outs. In fact, an outfielder has only been involved in 1 play so far today outside of...
Gregor hit the fly ball, yeah.
Gregor hit a fly ball. You had a couple of, like the hard hit liner by Zions to first. You had a looper call the liner out to third. Everything else strikeouts and ground outs until the fly out and the single by Garcia to right center field. Nothing but infielders and catchers today.
Keeping the ball in the infield is a really good thing if you're a pitcher.
That one came in and hit Cam Papetti. Particularly in today's game. Here's a look at Papetti, by the way, before we get to that thought.
Yeah, he was trying to come in. You can see Savoy set up on the inside, and he just hung on to it a little bit too long. Papetti with a pathetic attempt to get out of the way. You hear that alliteration?
I do. That was very good. That was very good. I'll tell you this, too. That's why we do dips. I was looking at that tricep going, he didn't even feel that, man.
Yeah.
Jacob Gaudreau at the plate. You know, in today's game, there's so much emphasis on lifting the baseball, hitting it in the air, not getting the ball on the ground. When you do have a pitcher who is not really just peppering the bottom of the zone. I mean, the ball's moving in and out, up and down, but he's routinely getting players to top the ball I think it's even more impressive to do that knowing what hitters are trying to do now.
Yeah, good point.
Good snap throw from Sharman. Gaudreau and Hack at the bottom of the order. He faced 20 batters in his opening start, went 6 innings, allowed just 2 base runners. Sharman has not been in this situation very much.
He has not pitched with any stress.
Runner on base, he's behind in the count. Big deep breath, and they've got him picked. 1-3-6, 2 away.
What I like about that is you saw how far Gaffney comes off the base. He catches that on the grass. That does 2 things. It shortens the throw from the pitcher to Gaffney, and then it also gives him an angle from which to throw the ball to second base.
Now, I will say that looked closer because the throw was a little high and the tag was a little high up his leg. So we are going to have a review. This is our first review. I think we'd had at least 3 by this time
yesterday. And as you hear me say all the time, you've got to take the ball to the bag.
We'll see if Bryant's got a point here.
And as a shortstop here, you want to let the ball travel. You have a tendency to go out.
That's close.
Yeah. But you see, I mean, he caught that and he's taking it towards his knee. He's got to take it to the bag. I'd like to see him catch it a little deeper, let it get a little closer to his body, and he can take it right down to the base. You have a tendency to reach out and catch it and then have to bring it back. But the ball travels faster than your hands can move.
And Lichtenberger there puts the tag on. He put the tag on a little bit lower than I thought live. Even watching that first replay view that we had. A pretty good slide. I mean,
yeah.
Game of inches, extending, sort of getting around the baseball for Papetti, and then
he's out.
Getting to the bag. I think he's still out.
Yep.
I think if they called him safe, it'd be really hard to overturn.
I agree. I think this would be hard to overturn.
They're taking a minute on this. And it's great camera work to give us these 2 views, by the way.
Really good. As always.
Even on a day like today where there's about 50,000 events going on, you're still getting the grade A camera work, you know?
Awesome. Look at this crowd. I mean, it is really filled in nicely.
Oh, they're packing.
Yeah.
They're packing in here, man.
And I think that's a function of Saturday afternoon, a lot of things on campus, and then that sun came out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the tarp was on when I got here this morning. Wasn't sure they're going to take batting practice on the field, but the weather cleared. It's turned into a beautiful day. Let's see the call here.
Oh.
Not sure. Are we going to do the mic in the
trying to do the mic?
They're trying. They're trying to do it. And he's out. There we go. It didn't work.
Yeah, didn't have to get the mic ready to have that call.
So the call stands, a close play, a pickoff. Nicely done all around. 1-3-6 on that put out. And now Sharman back to work against Gaudreau, and that's ball 3.
Just got to pound the zone here. Number 8 hitter on the lineup. Nope.
Ball 4. First walk of the day issued by Sharman, so he's got a hit batter and a walk. He's thrown 74 pitches. You're probably looking right now toward the end of the line, particularly if you get this batter here in the 9 spot.
I agree.
By the way, that's the third pickoff by Clemson pitchers this year. First for Sharman.
I saw a bit of an anomaly there. I think Clemson has hit into 7 double plays and turned only 1.
That's right.
Well, Army was turning double plays.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
They were very good.
And that's a function of several things. One, the ball has to be hit hard enough and to the right spot. And you have to get base runners on.
Well, that's the other thing. Clemson's going to give you double play opportunities because they're getting a lot of runners to first base. Jimmy Bellinger out to talk to Sharman. Again, nothing but strikes for a long time here. That is one man working in the bullpen, Hayden Simerson, right-hander. Saw him after Sharman last weekend, as a matter of fact, through the final 2 innings of a run rule win against Army, who, by the way, is quite jumped off the mat this weekend down in Columbia. Big swing and a miss. Jimmy Bellinger is a miracle worker.
Well, it's not just what he says out there. It's what he does in the bullpen, the approach that he has these guys believing in.
Swing and a miss. Couple of strikeouts, and Sharman finishes 5 innings strong. 6 strikeouts so far for Sharman. Very good start again today. Big fly, and he knew it, Coach.
And you mentioned the breaking pitches that he doesn't normally hit. He saw that one. It was a hanger, and he knew it as soon as it came off of his bat. Really nice swing. He's really producing the RBIs.
And Gerald, 2 today.
That gives him, what, 13 or 11?
11 for the season.
Yeah.
And 8 of those have come on his, or excuse me, 9 of those have come on his home runs. He's just done a really good job of collecting RBIs all at once. One-0 pitch right in there. Talked about eating innings. Dressler's given a little bit of length out of the bullpen. An inning and a third so far, and he's back out there trying to stretch this game out just a bit for his teammates.
Yes, he's done a really nice job, really. He doing what he had to do. They kind of kept him in the ball game.
In the air to left, lazy fly ball for Kingsbury. 1 out. Wynn played tricks with it for a moment, but he's able to get the glove there.
Yeah, it's blowing a little bit, kind of swirling. And, you know, look, they haven't been outside a whole lot.
That's true. You always sort of wonder, okay, what's the fly in the arm? There's a look at the wind, and we've seen it at times blow straight in. That time, ball in the air is blowing straight across. Tyler Lichtenberger due up, and that'll be the last batter that Dressler will face. Again, 1 2/3. He gives you a little bit of length there out of that pin.
And you might see him tomorrow. I'm not sure how many pitches he threw.
New pitcher is Aiden Vining, 27, out of the bullpen for the Bulldogs. First lefty that is coming to the game this season, or today rather, for the Bulldogs. We'll tell you about it when we return. Senior from Massachusetts. A lefty out of the bullpen this time for the Bulldogs. Another transfer from non-D1. He started his career at D3 Johnson in Wales. How about this? He's the all-time leader in strikeouts and innings pitched at Johnson & Wales. He is the first among active pitchers in college baseball with 311 career strikeouts.
Wow.
And a 3-time Conference Pitcher of the Year.
Nice.
Really good resume. And time is called as DJ was a little slow on the trigger. Everybody was ready to play, and then they were like, wait a minute, it's still going. Now Vining's pitch is tight.
Yep, not overpowering, a crafty lefty. Kind of mix speeds and location.
Tyler Lichtenberger takes a strike on the outside corner. He walked on 4. He struck out on 3 pitches. Walked on 4 pitches.
Yeah.
I don't know what the middle ground of that is, but he may find it right here. Ground ball up the middle. Maybe that's it. Backhand. That's a nice play at second base by Zions.
That was a very nice play. Ranged well to his right. Did not try to plant. He said, I'm going to make a throw on the run. Well done.
Ground ball right to third on the first pitch to Fultz. The throw across the tag, and he's out. Fultz made it a close play. 5-3 put out. That's a heck of a way for Vining to enter the game. Some strong defense from the Bulldogs infield. Finishes out the 5th. Michael Sharman's day is done. Fantastic follow-up to a brilliant outing his first time.
Once again, he just filled up the strike zone. Mixed pitches, you know, that 90-plus fastball with some life. He located that well. Threw a lot of breaking pitches, especially to lefties. Worked both the inside and the outside part of the plate with his fastball.
This is a good right-hander here, Hayden Simerson. 6'2", 205, pitched a couple of innings in relief. Back on Saturday after Sharman's 6 shutout innings, and here's a look at his numbers at Catawba. 64 1/3, 73 strikeouts, and again, a non-D1 arm that started that's making an impact in this game. We've seen Bryant do that, and Clemson certainly doing that now as well.
I know that high school players, they want to go D1. I mean, that's their, but there's such good baseball at the D2, D3 level. And you can develop there. The biggest thing is you get an opportunity to play.
And the first play-by-play job that I had out of college was for a Woodbat Summer League right up the road here, not far. A lot of D2, D3 JUCO kids in there, a few D1s, and particularly small D1s. There's a grounder to first. One away, good start for Simerson against Zions, the second baseman. But you learn at that level that there's really good stuff on the mound. You've got guys with some athleticism that can play, and maybe guys that were underexposed or had an injury or something happen, and it was a great spot to find some talent.
And guys, they mature physically. I mean, the difference between an 18-year-old and a 20-year-old often can be significant, especially if they involve themselves in the weight room.
1 pitch, 1 out. Simerson deals an inside strike to Gavin Greger, who's 0 for 2. Soft liner to third and a fly out to left. In the air for McClatty in center. 2 away.
Good fastballs. And he flips a little breaking ball in there. 2 quick outs.
Simerson pitched those 2 innings. And 2 very quick outs, and then struck out 4 straight batters to finish that run rule win against Army 10-0. Kind of doing that formula again here. Breaking ball over.
Yeah, that, I love that 0-0 breaking pitch. Just doesn't have to be nasty.
Ellis Garcia looking to be a base runner. He couldn't hold, and yep. Looked like he went around live, and Doug Vines agrees. Oh-2 pitch from Simerson. Bounced. Garcia scored the only run. Single, stolen base, reached third on an error, and then scored on Charlie Saul's single down to third. Can he start a 2-out rally here for the Bulldogs? He took there downstairs. Clemson pitching, 1 walk and 6 strikeouts so far today. And now they're 1 pitch of either away from doing one of those 2. Simerson with 2 quick outs. Now needs a strike here, and he doesn't get it. He bounced another one. Ball 4. He was up 0-2 and missed low 4 straight times.
Really threw a lot of breaking pitches there. Surprised he didn't come in with a fastball at some point. Not unusual after getting 2 quick outs to, you almost feel like you're already in the dugout. You got to stay focused.
Now here is Charlie Saul, arguably the most dangerous hitter that Clemson has seen this week.
And I'd really like to see Crichton deepen up just a little bit. I don't know if we can get a shot of him, but he's pretty shallow. Man on first base, 2 outs. Don't want anything going over your head.
Big swing, ball gets away, and boy, that's an aggressive play by Garcia with 2 outs. He takes second, and now a base hit will score him.
Garcia's been a factor in this ball game. Yeah, just a little. Gonna have to score that as a pass ball. Just a little bit complacent there from Savoy. Something you don't see often, but that puts a runner in scoring position.
Swing and a miss. I'll tell you what, we talked about why I didn't come back with fastballs, but I'd have confidence in that breaking ball too. That's a great pitch.
Yeah, yeah. Now, conversely, with a runner at second base, as an outfielder, you might move in a step to give yourself a chance to get the ball a little sooner.
Swing and a miss, ball in the dirt. Savoy's tag is on, and that's all for the Bulldogs in the top of the 6th. Tigers still up big as we head to the bottom of the frame. Clemson up 5-1 through 5.5 innings. Again, a great day to be out here at the ballpark. Clemson softball up 3-0 right now. Clemson Classic. They had 2 8-0 wins yesterday, so they really needed a bounce back weekend over there, and they certainly are getting it at the moment. Leading Baylor through 2.5. Jaron Purify leading things off as we bring you back into baseball land. Aiden Vining with the ball in hand. Gets to face the top of Clemson's batting order after he induced 2 ground ball outs and 4 pitches out of the bullpen.
I love guys like this, lefties or crafty. Some people call them thumbers, but you know, they're going to throw that fastball. They won't throw anything down the middle.
There's a strike.
Off speed, 70 mile an hour.
Thumber. I don't think I've ever heard that one.
Thumber.
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, and you know, they compete. You know, again, change speeds, change locations.
And you know, you want to have guys with talent. You certainly want to recruit talent. But I think putting together a pitching staff, I think every great pitching staff has one of these guys. Either has a ridiculous arm slot or a stuff mix that's odd, a pitch nobody else throws. Into center field, and that is down. Jaron Purify's got 3 hits. The first 2 times on he scored.
That ball's up at the strike zone a little bit, but what allows Purify to get that base hit is he gets his bat head on the plane of the ball and keeps it there for a long time. So it results in, even though it was not well hit, was not hit hard at all, but he had enough to get it into the outfield for a base hit.
McClatty shoots 1 foul. Tristan's 1 for 3. And the versatility to move out to center field today.
Yep. Now against a guy like this, it should not be difficult to pull one into that 4 hole.
There is a little bit of one with that runner at first base. In the dirt again. Nothing getting away from Papetti.
Boy, he's been really good.
Dressler gave an inning in 2/3, gave up an earned run out of the bullpen, and now Vining, the 3rd pitcher for Ryan Klosterman's Bulldogs, and he's ahead 1-2 now to the lefty McClatty.
And then you saw Vining with the slide step to control the running game at first, but it also throws off the timing of the hitter. Slipped that fastball right by him.
In the dirt. If you're not super quick in terms of the pace of your fastball, you better be quick to the plate, even as a lefty like that.
Yeah.
And he is. 2-2 count to McClatty. There's a throw over.
Don't think that's his best move.
No, I don't think so.
No, that was pretty obvious.
Purify, we've talked about how he doesn't shorten his lead, but he has sort of hedged back to the base a time or two on pitches to the plate. There's strike 3 on the black.
Just a little breaking ball. 73 mile an hour. You can see him with the leg kick and just a ball that breaks just a little bit, but just perfectly located.
I think McClatty knew it too. He was hoping not. This is Savoy. That breaking ball dropped a long way.
It did, and boy, the big shift. 3 infielders on the left side. Massive hole on the right side.
Here's a look at it. Another throw over. Purify will stay close.
Yeah, Winsley holding the runner. And Zach Zion's playing well left of second base. And I think part of that is, hey, this guy's not throwing hard.
Right.
I dare you to go the other way.
Yeah, you got to really stay patient, especially a good fastball hitter like Savoy. You got to really stay patient against soft stuff. When the hole's the other way, he tries there against a fastball. Fouls it back, 2-1. You're almost just testing the patience of a hitter.
Yeah, to see if he can, let the ball get really deep inside out. Yeah, I mean, you could hit a 20 hopper in that direction. It's going to go through.
Or hit a laser to right field, backing Saul, the right fielder, edge of the terrace. The catch is made.
He was trying to go that way. Ball was up in strike zone a little bit.
Now here's Luke Gaffney. Again, he's been on twice. Best hitter in the lineup this weekend, at least to this point.
You don't see quite the shift here from him after Gaffney's proven he can go the other way. His last 3 hits have been oppo.
He got the scoring started today opposite field. Yeah, the bat control that he's shown has been really impressive.
I talked about his balance, his simplicity. You see, he just barely takes a stride, just touches that front toe.
It's so interesting. All of the ways, runners moving, pitch high, throw down, gets away, was not in time anyway. And the collision there with Zions, he may be a little shaken up. Purify steals at base.
You gotta love Purify. I mean, he slides in there hard. And you can see that the guy's shaking up a little bit. Look at him. He's concerned for the other guy. Timeout. You all right?
Purify now 5 of 7 on steals this year. Second steal of the game today. Stole third back in the first inning.
Another 2-out opportunity for the Tigers.
What I was saying about Gaffney, by the way, is so interesting. All the different ways that people trigger to try to get to an ability to hit. Sometimes a guy just needs to be as still as possible. Just be there and wait on the ball. There's a hook for a strike.
68 miles an hour. Right, yeah, you're exactly right. But everybody pretty much at some point gets to that trigger position where their hands are about 6 inches off of their back shoulder.
Chopper to third, backing up Garcia. Strong throw across, and he got him. And the inning is over. Bulldogs keep the Tigers at bay to end the 6th. Can't tell if they're trying to figure out a new sport in the Winter Olympics. That just looks like, I mean, that just looks fun. We're going to roll down. We were going to slide down, but
good to be young.
Let's just roll.
It's good to be young. Mom's up there saying, yes, wear yourself out.
I mean, what's the difference between that and like the luge, other than getting shoved off the program?
What a great day.
It's a beautiful day, man. Love seeing kids at the ballpark, too.
I love it.
Making memories.
Having fun.
Been quiet in the scoring department for the last 2 innings. 5-1 the score. And Hayden Simerson back out there against Hunter Kingsbury. 5, 6, and 7 in the order. Right in there for a strike. A lot of good movement from Simerson. He's not killing you with velocity, but there's good movement.
91's not bad, but you're right. He's got a little life, little arm side run.
The ground ball is foul. Gaffney got there anyway. We've seen a lot of balls dart that first baseline. Almost all of them foul. Really close.
Like when you've got 5 left-handed hitters in the lineup for Bryant, and that shows you that Clemson pitching, they are coming inside. Good changeup.
1 ball, 2 strikes to the leadoff man Kingsbury. Clemson pitching's done a good job today of not letting leadoff men aboard. 6 for 6 in that department. Should be 7 for 7 after this fly ball. And it is. You've mentioned so many times how leadoff walks score. Leadoff base runners lead to nothing good if you're the defensive team. But if you never have to face one, it makes your job a lot easier.
No doubt. Again, it's just pitching under pressure. When there's a man on base, it changes your thinking, especially if they're a threat to run.
First pitch to Winsley just about hit him.
I have seen Clemson is not shifting nearly as much as I've seen some other teams shift. I mean, they're pretty much playing the standard. Well, you'll see, for example, out there now you've got Tyler Lichtenberger. He's shading up the middle, and you've got Purify shading towards first base. Okay, you're not seeing the extreme of that as much.
I've got a theory on this. After this pitch, I'll give it to you. And I think you're going to agree with this. I think you're going to like it. Ball 3 and tight. When you have a second baseman like Jaron Purify, that covers the amount of ground, it feels like you can position the fielders a little more traditionally, but you're still covering the relevant area.
Yeah.
More so than a lot of second basemen. That's a 4-pitch walk to Winsley there.
Yeah, that last pitch, he really tried to overthrow and open up. And I will say I like what you said, okay?
I appreciate that. That's good. That's all I was looking for.
The little affirmation.
That's it. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all I live for, man.
Now, I like Coach Bellinger going out there after that 4-pitch walk because his mechanics kind of went south in that, and so much of that is just a focus. And he's going to go out there and say, take a couple deep breaths, get us a ground ball, we'll get you out of here. But you've got to stay within yourself. You know what to do. Work on your mechanics, but you can't. You know what? You can't say that because you can't think about mechanics. You just it just you've got to let it go. But you also can't try to overthrow. You might say, hey, stay on line. Or stay back. So many times guys rush.
Now the runner on base.
Better.
Petty in there. There's a strike.
Better.
0-1 at breaking ball. He did throw that breaking ball with a little more conviction.
Yeah.
Felt like. A little more zip at the end. There is some action in that Clemson bullpen you saw just a second ago. 0-2 count now to Papetti.
Another good one. Another good breaking ball. That one even better.
Papetti was hit by a pitch his last time up. He was also picked off down at first base by Sharman. Pretty good pickoff move.
Now this time you see Clemson with a pretty big.
A little more of a shift, yeah.
Yeah, that's. And again, the massive hole.
Check swing, throw down, safe. The strikeout will count for the second out. The throw down does not in the inning. Yet. Looks like we've got a review. Doug Vines was all over it.
If they're going to review it, why don't they just review it? What is this all about? Okay.
I don't really understand. Here's a call from Doug Vines.
Clemson is challenged to play at first base.
All right, so Clemson has challenged the play at first base. There we go.
I'm glad he clarified that.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We needed that. Challenging that play at first.
It's so interesting that the players can almost call the challenge.
Now that time he did what you said. Gaffney laid the glove down at the bag and kind of had to go further than the back corner.
This is going to show it right here.
Well, that's tight.
Great angle.
That's tight. That's great work right
great
there.
Great angle. Ooh, his foot.
Ooh. Hard to tell because his foot does obstruct it a little bit. Let's see.
See, his foot actually might have blocked the runner from getting to the bag.
Initially, I think you're right. He had to go past that corner that they're taught to slide back to.
Look at Gaffney's left foot moving. I don't think intentionally, but he's basically blocking that left corner. Wow.
Boy, I don't know if they're going to be able to overturn this, but I would be interested if there were no call and they were down there having to say what happened here, what they would decide. Again, we're back to this angle. See, it's hard to tell because of where the foot is. It's hard to tell exactly when his hand reaches the bag. I mean, if he tags him the first, sort of when the glove hits the back corner of the base, if he tags him there, he might be out. But it's also hard to tell whether he's just above his hand or whether he hits it.
Well, but is he even touching the base now?
Right there.
Because that foot is, the left foot is in there.
We'll see what the call is. They took a minute on this one.
Let's see if we're going to get the audio announcement.
At the video review, the call at first base stands as called. Clemson has one challenge remaining.
All right, so Clemson's got a challenge left. It will stand. There will be a runner at first and 2 outs for Jacob Gaudreau. Really good play all around. You might give an assist to the sliding mitt that time.
That was, yeah, well
I think
done.
if he's barehanded, he may not get back. And Simerson, that's a balk.
Yep.
He lost his balance, and he's going to get second base. Winsley.
Hey.
Talked about speeding up. He might have tried to wheel a little quickly there.
Hey, you know, he ate the ball. It's better than throwing it and, you know, throwing it down the right field line.
No question.
But those are 2 free bases given by Clemson pitching here, which has been quite unusual.
Bit low. When the Bulldogs we've talked about this, when they've given themselves opportunities, or when Clemson has given them opportunities, they have seized them all. This is the latest example. And now a 1-2 count to Gaudreau, top of the zone.
And now you see, we have a chance to look at the infield. The infielders playing really deep, as they should. Keeping that ball, get dirty. Keep the ball in the infield at all costs.
1-2, check swing, and it missed low. And that breaking ball's got a heck of a 12-6 movement on it.
It does.
2-2. Bounces up into the air. Savoy can't find it. And down to third base goes Winsley. Once again, here come the Bulldogs with a singular base runner that ends up at third.
3 free bases. And now you really got to focus. If you're Savoy back there, he cannot be lackadaisical here.
Check swing, didn't matter. Punched him out. Third strikeout for Hayden Simerson. Runner stranded 90 feet away. Frozen to end the inning. Ron Smith, a 5-1 lead for the Tigers here. 5, 6, 7 in the order due up. Game's in a bit of a stalemate right now. You feel like Clemson, they put a crooked number here. You really can put this one away, but letting Bryant stay in things, continuing to sort of put a little bit of pressure, just a base runner at a time on Clemson. Ty Daly, a check swing foul ball. It's 0-1. Missed his spot. Good cut. You're right.
Yep. That was a pitch that was more over the middle than any of the other pitches we've seen from Vining, and that's something he cannot afford to do very often.
Check swing. Did he go? They're not even going to check, I don't believe. 1-2.
And it just goes to show, I mean, that pitch is 75 miles an hour, and it look, it's great to be 94, 95, but you can be effective in the low 80s if you throw 3 pitches from the same arm slot. They all look the same.
Sliding grab. You know, when you're new, the ball finds you. We hadn't even introed him yet. That is 21. Carlos Irizarry, just into the game, makes a fantastic play to rob a hit.
Oh, that was nice. And the frustration that you see from Daly.
Zach Zions moves out to left field, so Irizarry's in the game in Kingsbury's slot. He will hit in the number 5 spot in the order. Due up 6th in the next half inning. Jack Crichton takes strike 2. Finding working quickly and well here in the 7th. Elevates and strikes him out.
Well, when you see 75, 68, 75, and then you bump one in there at 85, it looks like 95.
That's exactly right.
And it's up a little bit in the strike zone. You can't catch up with it.
First time Crichton struck out today. Here's Jacob Jarrell. He had the big 2-run shot back in the 3rd inning. Follows up a 2-run shot he had in the 2nd inning yesterday. Officially 1 for 3 this afternoon. In the air to right. This could be an easy inning. It is. 1, 2, 3. Just a handful of pitches for Vining. Ron Smith, William Quaggenbush, 5-1. Tigers in front of the Bryant Bulldogs. We're just reminiscing in here about old times.
Yeah.
You've been in this ballpark many times as a visitor.
Yeah. Watched it develop and grow, this is my favorite college ballpark. It's got so much character. It's not a cookie cutter. The improvements they've made have given it, character, and it's just really a cool place.
Justin Hackett's not going to echo those sentiments. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts today. He's 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts and 2 walks so far in the series. And Hackett in that 9 spot. He's trying to be a leadoff base runner. Again, Bryant has not had one today. That's one way to get there, but he took the good pitch to bunt.
Yep. That ball really had some nice bite.
1-2 the count. Simerson back out for his 3rd inning of work. He has walked to 1 in each inning.
And I like what he did there. The previous pitch was a pitch that was a breaking pitch up in the strike zone. That one started thigh high and went down and away.
Fastball through the hole.
And there's a pitch right down the middle.
First leadoff base runner of the day for the Bulldogs. Maybe this will get them going a bit.
Boy, they seem to have taken advantage of almost every opportunity they've had, but still only pushed across 1 run. I mean, this Clemson pitching has been extraordinary to start this season.
3 base runners have passed first base today for the Bulldogs. In fact, as that pitch is called to strike to Zions, now the left fielder. Look back at yesterday. Only 4 base runners passed first base. So what's that, 7 in 2 games? This ball's lifted to right center field. That's going to get down in the alley. McClatty trying to throw it in. They'll stop the runner at third. That's a good throw in by Tristan. Hackett didn't even think about it, but Zions gets him a double, and now the Bulldogs have the tying run on deck with runners at second and third and nobody out.
That's a ball down and away a little bit, and Zion showing some strength. Throws his bat head at the ball, able to pull it into right center field. McClatty very quickly overthrows the first cutoff man, but that was the double cut, and you certainly don't want to take a chance there throwing the runner with nobody out, sending the runner to home with nobody out and down 4.
So now a conversation. We saw this with Jacob Jarrell leading the charge last night. Bring the whole infield in. You saw Jaron Purify, another captain, a 2-time captain. A lot of words to say to his young pitcher. Second and third, nobody out. Bulldogs, obviously, they would like to be ahead in this game, but ground ball to the right side. Purify will take the out at first, and everybody does a job. Yep. I was just going to say, they'll probably take getting these 2 runs home and making it a 2-run game, even if it costs them 2 outs.
I agree. Yeah, they'll play the infield back again. Really nice job by Gregor to not only drive in the run, but also get the runner from second to third with only 1 out.
Yeah, threat not over. Time is called now.
We'll play an umpire. Matthew Bates sees something he doesn't like. I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
Huh.
He was kind of looking off down the right field line. There was literally nothing there. Now time again.
Still not happy about something.
Oh, I think it's something with the video board. The video board has been showing live feed. They switched it off and then switched it back on. And so that's what they're upset about. And Eric Bagich is asking timeout. Now this is interesting. He calls time twice for the video board showing video, and in that time Eric Bagich decides he's going to go pull the plug.
make a pitching change.
That's right.
All right.
Runner at third, 1 out. Again, the Bulldogs just pushing the Tigers a little bit here in a 5-2 game. We'll remind you that this was last night's game was a tie game going to the bottom of the 8th at 3-3.
And then what you thought was an innocent base hit by Crichton got things started, and Tigers ended up getting 5 hits in that inning, including 2 by Jack Crichton.
And Eric Bagich is going to call to the bullpen. There has been some work going on there. We'll see who comes out. Simerson more or less did the job. The new pitcher for the Tigers, Danny Nelson. We'll tell you about the freshman in a moment. And when I spoke with Bob Mahoney, who's doing color commentary on the radio this weekend, Clemson legend, I was talking about the team. He said, have you seen this freshman Nelson?
Yeah.
He's got a lot of hair.
Yeah, he's got
a great breaking ball is what he said. A lot of hair, great breaking ball.
Yeah.
You saw him last week.
Yeah, liked him.
Impressive debut. Out of Hershey, Pennsylvania.
You know, in talking with, I talked with Jack Leggett a little bit yesterday, and he said, I like this staff because we've got some really good arms and even some good young arms, but they're throwing strikes. And I love what Jimmy Bellinger does. I mean, I think his approach and the way he's got his kids believing, and I don't know what he does during bullpens. I don't know their in-between start, and I don't know what their workouts are, but by golly, he's got them throwing strikes.
The one thing that I think did help this team, and I'm not saying it's a recipe for everybody, and I would not say that Eric Bagich probably thinks it's the recipe for every team. of his. But we talked to Deion Brown about it. They did not do a lot of playing baseball this summer. There was a lot of rest. There was a lot of rehab. There was a lot of working on getting your body to a place you can stay healthy through the season.
Interesting, yeah.
And so you've got a lot of guys who didn't throw a lot of innings, but were also healthy at the start.
Right.
And then you've got freshmen coming in like Nelson. This ball's ripped to right field. Backing the right fielder loses his hat, and Daly watches it go off the wall. Runner goes in to score, and the runner's taking third. The throw in not in time, and it's a 2-run game. Ellis Garcia quickly attacks the freshman Nelson and pulls Bryant within 2 runs. Another look at it.
It's a fastball that is belt high and away. Garcia strong enough to drive it the other way. Goes off the top of the wall, just barely missed being a home run.
That run charged to Simerson. With a runner at third, Nelson in the windup, and he deals wide for a ball. Charlie Saul now, the right fielder, is the tying run. Already driven one in today. On a ground ball that wasn't dissimilar to that one.
Yeah, and the difference was a runner was at second base, I believe. No, he was at third. Runner was at third base, and it went off the bag.
Squares to bunt, pulls it back. A 2-1 count.
Just outside. And even in this situation, with being up 2 runs, Clemson infield playing back. Good.
Swing and a miss.
A little slider.
Irizarry's on deck. You get Saul aboard, things could get real interesting. 2-2. Swing and a miss. A heavy 93 for a strikeout.
Well, that was located so well. Ran in on Saul and sunk a little bit. Really tough. And you can see that ball run in and sink. Good movement. Big strikeout.
Now it's Irizarry. He squares and takes. He spun all the way out of that. Irizarry came in at second base in the last half inning. Big swing, and the top hand came off the bat. You don't see that a lot. He swung very hard.
Very hard. I like it. He better shorten up now and drive in a run.
2 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. It wasn't super short, but it got the job done to stay alive.
Another breaking pitch from Nelson. Well, the inherited runners thing, not so good.
Yeah, not great.
Yeah.
0 for 1.
Yeah.
First inherited runner, by the way, that Clemson is allowed to score. They haven't had many.
Yeah.
Only 3. 2 out of 3 is not bad.
I'll tell you, I mean, that was you got to give Garcia a lot of credit, because that was a pitch that was up a little bit, and he just went with it strong enough to get it off the wall.
Buried a fastball in on Nelson, and Savoy, attaboys his pitcher. Back-to-back strikeouts after the triple. Tigers lead by 2. (5-3) Clemson. Here's how we got there. Early start for the Tigers. Luke Gaffney goes the other way with a 2-run single, and it is an early lead for the Tigers. Fast forward to the third. Jacob Jarrell No doubter, coach, high up into the left field bleachers.
Yeah, a hanging breaking pitch. He didn't miss it.
Tigers up 4-0, and we head to the fourth. Bryant comes back, a dancer down the line off the glove of Fultz. RBI there. And then the rebound run in the bottom of the frame. Ty Dally the single, and then no scoring until the eighth. This good piece of hitting, an RBI triple by Ellis Garcia. And the Bulldogs now find themselves, coach, within 2 as we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. A little bit like last night in this way. This game, you look at the new pitcher, Tommy Flaherty. This game seems like Clemson has been the better team, but they're not in firm control.
Yeah, no doubt. What Clemson is really good at is, you mentioned the bounce back run. And it's incumbent upon Flaherty now to come in here and post a 0, get his team up there only down 2 with 3 outs to go.
Flaherty, a senior, another transfer. Would you like to guess which level he came from?
D2.
That's a great guess. D3.
D3.
The most popular choice today.
Okay.
Played at Clark.
Wow.
In Massachusetts.
Boy, they really have dipped into that particular area. And, you know, I think part of it is networking. If you get to know some coaches in a league and you're a D1 program, say, hey, you know, and maybe you get one of their players and you get to know him and say, hey, this guy's pretty good over here too. And that's how recruiting gets started.
1-2 is a bouncer. Nice snag. Oh, that's a great play by Flaherty, because that's a hit if it goes over his head.
Yeah, it helps to be 6'3". But he showed some athleticism.
He catches us at the peak of his jump. Watch this.
Gathers himself. He got up pretty well. That was a nice, you're right, that was a nice play. Very athletic.
Now Fultz, who's 0 for 3 today, watches that backup slider for a strike. Vining, by the way, you should give him some credit. 2 2/3, 1 hit, no walks, 2 strikeouts.
I liked him a lot. Hey, that's pitching.
He only threw 27 pitches in 2 2/3. Economical.
And he's a guy that will never, you know, pro guys will never take a look at him, but you know, he might be pretty good.
Might be pretty good. Ground ball through for a hit. Fultz muscles one through the left side, and he'll run the bases with 1 out.
Just a fastball that's hit perfectly in the 6 hole. Hit pretty solidly at 107 exit velocity.
There will be a pinch runner here. This is Bryce Clavon. Got a blow early. Been doing a lot of playing center field, hitting 9th for this team. Now comes in for Fultz. Likely we'll see him in for defense.
Right. You moved McClatty back to 3rd and Clavon out there in center.
The other option you could potentially see is maybe Dillard comes in like he did last night to play 3rd base. Possible.
Yeah.
Clavon, an excellent athlete on the bases. And everybody knows, including Flaherty. Nice to see Fultz have some success. Gets his first start in the field. He played a little bit in the field, started a couple times at DH. Get some success at the plate. You get on the bases, get the field, make a couple outs.
Well, we've talked, and I know the coaches have talked about his maturity level is well beyond freshman. That's one of the reasons he's getting some playing time.
2-0. Off the end of the bat. Purify was out front. Would not be surprised if Cleveland doesn't try something here very soon.
2-1's a good count to do it. It's a good hit and run count.
Got a nice lead.
Yep.
Flaherty turns.
See, he's really varying his looks. Good job. They've done a pretty good job controlling the running game.
You know, that's one thing about the pitch clock. Feels like the normal rhythm. You know, pitchers are getting rid of the ball with 7, 8, 9 seconds left. There's a line drive to left and caught on the dive. Zions robs a hit. An outstanding play for out number 2.
And I love what I'm seeing from the Clemson dugout. Here comes Purify. They're all giving him high five. Really nice play by Zions. And they're giving him a high five because, hey, he did his job. Hit the ball solidly. That's what he has to remember.
Yeah, 102 miles an hour off the bat. That's a base hit. 8 times out of 10, let's say. McClatty takes a strike. Backdoor 0-1.
Our baseball can be cruel. A cruel game.
That's why Zions moves out there, man. Saves a hit, saves a run. Cleveland thought about it, then the ball's in the dirt, and I think he wishes he had thought harder.
Yeah. I'm surprised he hadn't gone yet.
Yeah, 2 outs.
Get him in scoring position.
You'd love to get him over there. I think Flaherty feels the same.
Well, they have thrown the ball to first base a bunch.
A lot.
Yes.
It has been a theme today.
It can be disconcerting.
Slow tap foul. And you mentioned him switching up his looks. You know, one thing with the pitch clock I was talking about before Purify laced his ball, when you're letting the ball go with like 8 on the pitch clock, it's amazing how long it feels to go from 8 to 4 on the pitch clock. And so you still have 4 seconds, but it feels like you've held the ball for an eternity. Like pitch clock winding to 4. Popped up, shallow left, foul ground. Who's got it? Nobody.
Boy, that was right in the Bermuda Triangle there. Between the shortstop, the left fielder, and the third baseman. Looked like he had it for a second.
Oh, he was in there.
Couldn't hang on.
Oh, man.
Good try.
That's a long run for everybody to track that ball and then to slide and have the ball in your glove. You feel like you did a lot of work for nothing, but most guys are not getting to that.
Yeah, Lions ran a long way. Well, they all did, as you mentioned.
Now ball and 2 strikes as everybody gets back where they're supposed to be.
It's taken a while.
Center fielder Gregor was out in left field. He apparently wanted to join the party over there. 1-2 pitch to McClatty. Runner moving, and McClatty fouls it. Had to fight one off. Cleveland got a pretty good jump. Every spot in the Clemson lineup but the 8 spot has a hit today. And yet only 5 runs.
Yep.
Got in production.
Yep.
McClatty's got 1 hit. Cleveland back. Tigers just 5 for 19 with men on base. Got 11 hits in the game. 3 for 10 with runners in scoring position. That doesn't apply right here. Throw over, pretty good throw. Just making Cleveland work. Getting the fans a little antsy out here too. You got a few barkers in the building. And McClatty hangs around. It's a good battle here.
Yeah.
McClatty's fought off a couple breaking balls down and in. One ball, two strikes. Here's a pitch. Pop straight up. That'll be a playable ball for somebody, and it is for the catcher, Papetti, in foul ground. Bryant's got 3 outs to work with, down 2 runs in the 9th. Okay, as you would imagine, a lot of folks have filtered through there. Great spot to enjoy a beautiful day. A little cloud cover, a little hazy. About 70 degrees. It does feel like, I mean, if we get this in late April, early May,
yeah.
God forbid June, I mean, we're doing something really right.
Yep. Yesterday was delightful. Today, very, very nice. Especially when that sun's out. A few more clouds right now.
Tigers up 5-3. And defensively, Bryce Clavon does stay in the game in center field, which means Tristan McClatty, now your third baseman. Tigers have not scored since the 4th. They've been able to hold Bryant back, but bloop and a blast, and this thing is tied again. And a freshman, Danny Nelson, remains in the game, facing Winsley, Papetti, and Gaudreau. Nelson gave up the inherited runner on the triple, but then left him there with back-to-back strikeouts. Garcia was on third with 1 out and did not score. Strike 1 to Winsley.
The lovely 0-0 breaking pitch.
Beautiful.
For a strike. It doesn't have to be nasty, although that one really was. That was a very good pitch.
I was going to say, you might see him throw another one, and he did. Back to the backstop. Winsley walked his last time up. He took second on a balk, third on a wild pitch, and stayed there. Against Simerson. Grounder to Purify. Jaron, a vacuum.
Now you saw him with that final short hop, but he fielded through the ball. He kept his feet moving.
One out. Base is clear. Tigers with 5 straight wins to start the season, looking for 6 and a series victory on Saturday.
And you really like to get, I mean, you're facing the bottom of the order. You don't want to get through to the top of the order.
That's right. Downstairs, ball 1. This is a pinch hitter. Freshman.
Viatorin.
Nelson deals ball 2. This is Mike Fiataroni. Freshman from Shelton, Connecticut. .202 to him is fouled, and that's going to hurt. Yep, Savoy, let's let him walk that one off.
Fiataroni. Now,
Fiataroni.
you think that's really the... Did you check that?
I did. Double checked it.
Okay.
Painful.
Ooh,
oh.
That hurts.
Oh, boy. Back in there, though. 2-2.
Boy, I love the way he received that pitch, too. Gets underneath the ball. Good pitch.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Inside, tried to sneak that breaking ball in there. Fiataroni is 1 for 1 on the season. Now he's 1 for 2. Nelson gets his 3rd strikeout.
Yeah, stayed with the breaking pitch. Thought at some pitch he'd come hard and up, and boy, that's well located breaking pitch. Got a little bite.
And now the last chance belongs to Jacob Gaudreau. To center. Going to test Clavon for a moment. He'll glove it. And the Tigers have 6 in a row to start the season. A hard-earned 5-3 win today against the Bryant Bulldogs team that once again would not go away. But the Tigers pitching and the timely hitting took them over the finish line.
Yeah, Bryant really competed in this ball game, a tight ball game. But Clemson pitching has just been the story so far this season. Just outstanding. What, giving up 1 earned run?
An outrageous start again for the Tigers.
Yeah.
The finale tomorrow at 1. We hope you'll join us for that. For Ron Smith, our entire crew here in Clemson, who does a fabulous job, for Jerry Thomas, our producer, I'm William Quaggamush saying so long from Doug Kingsmore Stadium. We thank you for watching right here on ACC Network.